was never really in the mood for another expansion franchise, particularly off the bat of Vegas. I mean, we all saw the Golden Knights did in 2018, and really, the fear hanging over all those, it really does scare me. So, let's go back to the very beginning. So, December 4th, 2017, and I thought, the April Fool's joke, isn't it? Perhaps the NHL announcing that there's a possibility that Seattle was going to apply to become a new expansion sport. Nah, what happened? Nah, it's a bit early April Fool's. So obviously, eventually things evolved. Obviously, going to 2018 in March, they had that outstanding season to drive. I mean, wow. Okay, wow. And that to me is I thought, right, this is going to get serious. Because clearly the response is there. The response is there. The people in Seattle, they want it. It looks like they're going to get it. And obviously, October that year, the committee, executive committee has agreed to recommend this to the bid to a vote, which of course was unanimous. And on December the 4th, 2018, it was official. Seattle would begin play in the 21-22 season. That's good to know, because originally, throughout the entire process, we had heard from Seattle side how they were planning to aim for 2020-21. Now, as we all know, that was never going to happen. Not because of the state of the world the world is in, but also because the Seattle team did not have an arena. There was no way you were going to get that done in time, ready for the start of 2021. It would not happen. So they had to, so obviously, with it. And it's actually a good thing, because you've got so much more time than Vegas had to plan yourself to get them right. We all know the consequences of that. The league, that's all you need to know. When Seattle got awarded, that's all I need to know was, for me, the Sharks fan, was A, are they in or not? Yeah. B, when they're going to be in play. 21, 22. Okay, that's fine. The rest of it, you could easily have thought it through. Now, that's 3 years or seasons away. It's still like 3 seasons away. You don't have to worry about it yet. But no, the league was very determined to say, right, Arizona, Lingy Hook to the Central. Now, we all know my feelings on that. Personally, particularly if you've watched my video about my ideal realignment that I suggested. So the Pacific Division is the end, really, because we're now basically going to be the Cleat Division, or as some broadcaster pointed out, the Expansion Division. Yeah, not feeling great about that. So obviously, after the announcement was made and we knew it was coming, the big then question was, what are you going to be called? And oh boy, did the NHL Seattle lead on a merry-go-round. They had so different names, so many people. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. If you ask me, my preference would have been Emerald, because obviously I'm not thrilled about the whole fact of Seattle coming aboard. And so I thought, right, if I'm now going to be stuck with 6 teams that I don't really get on well with, because I do get on quite well down and up. I'm not, so that's obviously that's one less wrong for that. So if I'm going to be stuck in the division with 6 teams I don't really like that much, well, one of them, I'm going to take them absolute piss out. And I had so many Wisdom odds jokes ready to roll. And I'm all ready. I was so ready to go for October 2021. I was so ready to roll. Not going now. Naturally, coming up with some Kraken ones is quite hard. A lot of them I can't really say because it's a family sport. The only thing I can think of is A regards their home kit is Bailey wants his kit back, and the other one I thought of is regarding their logo is Slytherin wants their crest back. That's what I've been able to come up. Yeah. So this has been left with a very big merry-go-round. So many times they've been saying, "Oh, we're gonna do it today. Today's the day. We're gonna do it. We're gonna announce it." But no, and it's nope. We push this, and so on and so forth. Okay, so then, come in the morning of July 23, 2020, I get this big notification saying that this from the NHL saying today's the day. And me, I'm like, oh god, it's now real. It's now real. Up to that point, we haven't really had to worry about it too much because, you know, it's not something we need to worry about. They're just something in the distance. They don't have a name yet, no identity. They're just something you have to worry about the distance. But now it was go time. It was real, big real. And the way they wanted to do this whole announcement, oh god, that just felt absolutely. So what Cell did, they streamed this by social media and all that stuff. From the construction site of what will become Client Pledge Arena, the new home for Seattle Hockey, you got the person in charge that addressing all these poor builders who basically they're not even enthusiastic about this. No, for them it's just their job. They're there to build the arena. You know? They're just there. They're doing their work. And yet they've had to down tools because we're about to broadcast to the whole nation. The whole world is watching on Twitter. Down tools for about a good at least 20 minutes to do this little thing. Poor people, the poor workers just stood there. They're not bothered. You know? They're just like, you know, and especially with the climate we're in. But yeah. Then eventually we cut to the big release video and you can tell straight away it's going to be Kraken. I mean, it's not quite as straightforward at first because you've got this sea life and all these different oceans, got thunder clouds, all that. So it could be something that region, different weather, rain, sea life. And it's not until the S appears that you go Kraken, and it is Kraken. Yeah. What to make of really? All I can say is why did you not do it sooner? Because we all knew it was going to be Kraken. We all knew it was going to be Kraken. Even back in March when somebody leaked it and said, it's going to be Kraken, everybody! It's Kraken! It's Kraken! I've just heard something. And HLCL, they actually shut that down on their Twitter and said, no, that's not correct. We know you're all patient, excited this whole long all doing time, but in the end, it was correct. It was the Kraken. So why couldn't you just simply done that in March and just got this out of the way? And we all could have gone on our own ways later. Particularly since we were about to get ready for the return to play scenario that was about to happen. You know, we're only a couple of days away from the first set of the season game. Why did you not just do it in March when we all knew it was going to be Kraken? We all knew it got leaked. Unsurprisingly, it's one of the worst kept secrets in hockey. Yeah, we all knew. We all knew it was going to be Kraken. Okay. So yeah. My personal feelings about Seattle Kraken, and really, any Kraken fans watching, you've got the Golden Knights to blame for this because Seattle is going to have the exact same expansion rules as the Golden Knights have for their expansion draft, except Vegas will not be extended, which I don't think is right, because by that time, Vegas will have been around for 4 years. They've been around long enough. They are quite a successful team, and I don't think that losing one player to the Kraken is going to harm Vegas going forward. I really don't. But after all, they are the pets, so they get to be protected. While the rest of us, once again, have to come up with our list of thinking, right, who we're going to protect, who we not protect, or we're going to protect all that stuff once again. And I just do fear that we're going to have a repeat of Vegas again. I can't get it out of my mind. Okay, I just can't because it's I just feel it. And I don't think they're going to be like Vegas. I think the Seattle Kraken is going to be better than Vegas because the Kraken have had 3 years to prep. The Golden Knights only had 1. And so that's why the Golden Knights did their preparation more better because it was like bang, now bang name, bang, 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 bang. You would not stop hearing new things to do with Vegas. And we were kept informed. And that's why the excitement for me back at the time was there. Obviously, 3 seasons later on. Hate the guts. I wish they would rot in hell. That's going a bit too far though. Or in this case, they could go and rot in David Jones' locker. Oh, that's a good one. That's a little good for it. In Seattle Kraken, in Tyler Petrie, you could go and have a home team, or the road team is obviously Jones' locker. Oh no, not being out. Yeah. So Vegas had 1 year to prep. The Kraken had 3. I just think, well, there's no excuse for them really to do better than Vegas. And I can easily see it happening. The Kraken hoisting the cup come 2022. I really can. I don't want to see it happen. You all know me. I really want the only sea life hands on that cup to be the hands of a shark. But I just fear that's what's going to happen because the Kraken have had longer to prep, more time to prep than Vegas ever did. Although I think we could also argue that Vegas didn't win the cup because they broke the #1 golden rule, which is don't hoist the conference bowl. Okay? So Kraken, fans out there, you're listening, you're watching, when you win the conference bowl in the West Conference Finals, don't hoist the bowl. That's the rule. It's also the same for the Eastern Conference. You don't hoist the conference bowl. It's against the rules. It's superstition. And then you're doomed to lose the cup. Or in our cases, the opponent does hoist it, and they're the ones to beat you. But then again, that was our first year, and we're still waiting to get back in. But that's a pretty different story from that. So, who is really going to benefit from the Kraken? Well, I know it's not going to be us, that's for example. I mean, the last we need is another expansion team. Hated I've got, but I have got a little plan for that. A little plan. But yeah, so who's going to benefit? Well, all eyes point to Vancouver, as we've heard several times since the hour was announced that this is going to help Vancouver. Give them a brand new rivalry. But why? Hasn't the rivalry between Calgary and Edmonton not been enough for Vancouver in the last 50 years? Really? Yeah. Well, who knows? But I think right there we can see who the rivalry is going to be, because with Vegas it wasn't quite clear who their potential rivals could be. I mean, if you were to ask me way back in June 2016 when the Golden Knights got awarded their franchise, you could tell me that their main rivals would be my Sharks, I'd tell you to fuck off. I really would. I'd tell you, go out, get out of my sight. Out of my sight. I can't see it. I could not. I would tell you to go screw yourself. I really would. I would really tell you to do that because I can't see it happening. We might have what you would get a division rivalry, which we see lots of 17 in divisions, which is what you're supposed to get, playing their rival 4 times a year in the division. But as an arch rival, no. I thought it might have been the LA route because everybody doesn't like LA in the division. That's nothing to be well off. When you come to the division, you hate LA. But yeah, but it was us. The Sharks and Golden Knights really don't like each other. Not helped by the fact the league likes to try and stir things as well. By the way, Shark head rules that rusty piece of cardboard every time. End of. Yeah. So for Seattle, it's interesting because with the Kraken, there's an obvious rivalry straight away in the form of Vancouver Canucks. The question is, when we see them play Vancouver, will that rivalry form straight away? Or is there going to be somebody else waiting in the distance who we do not realise could be a potential rival for the Kraken and become that arch nemesis all the time? Hopefully it's not us, because I've got a great big plan. Because it looks like when Seattle Kraken does arrive in 21-22, we're all going back to the Olympics. Yeah, we're going back. It looks like we're going to be going back to Winter Olympics. It looks like the league will let theirs go. Because like with Vegas, Seattle is arriving in the same year that the Winter Olympics is taking place. So with Vegas, of course, the league not let theirs go to Pyeongchang in South Korea. But this time, with Seattle Kraken coming in 2022, which will be the Beijing Olympics, it looks like the league is going to let players go. And that will mean you would have to basically close down league business while the Olympics is going on, which is so much easier. Easy for me, because but as for the two, if you ever ask me to choose between summer and winter Olympics, I'll say winter Olympics every single time. And in 2018, it was so hard keeping an eye on what was going on in the Winter Olympics and keeping an eye on what's going on in the NHL at the same time. Also, the Commonwealth Games that year will happen quite early in about April because they were in Australia as Gold Coast, and that was also affecting it as well because we're about to head to playoffs. So yeah. So I've always said the league made the wrong move in 2018. You should have let players go because the Olympics only come once every 4 years, and as we all know, life as an athlete is on a timer. There's only so many years you can do before retirement. You have to hit the time, retirement age, and go, that's it. Okay. So these players want to go to the Olympics, let them go to the Olympics. So that, I think, could be a good thing. And how I can use that to my advantage before the Kraken doesn't become a bit enemy of the Sharks is to use that fact that we could be heading off to the Olympics in Beijing to my advantage by making the Kraken go and say to the Seattle Kraken fans, look, Vegas, when they arrived, we still played during the Olympics. But you would have to stop playing. And that could get the Golden Knights and Kraken fans fighting because that's over who could be considered pets of the league's favourites, because we didn't go with it with Vegas for an overall year, but it looks like we're going with it to be Seattle for an overall year. But yeah. Overall, let's just the branding itself. It's boring. It really is boring. I mean, all it is, right? Don't ask me what their team colours are supposed to be, because I can't make it out. Is it blue? Or is it black? Either way, it looks like the kits of the Los Angeles Kings. So I'm sure you'll have fun with them. But that logo, it just looks absolutely ridiculous. In fact, I'm going to show you how anybody can hold it. Hold on a sec. Because anybody can draw that. Okay, that's not original. Wait for a second, coming back to the shop. Okay, anybody can simply draw that logo. Right, where's the red pen? Where's the red pen? Oh, it's a grey one as well. Oh, that's lucky. Right, give me a sec. Right, back in shop. Right, that logo is not impressive whatsoever, because anybody can do that. I mean, all it is simply an S. Bear with. Right, all it is an S. I'm not sure you can see that quite clearly. Wait for it. Wait for it. With a little red line toward it. Not sure you can quite see that. I'll zoom in. Okay? That's all it is. That is all it is. That's all it is. It's an S with a red line in it. Anybody can do that. And to demonstrate for you, my dear viewers, that anybody can do that, Sharky! Say hi to the viewers. Hello. Hello. Take this pet, right? You're going to go. Good luck, mate. Let's just let Sharky draw his tempers here. Right. Okay. You don't have to need the red. Just do a quick. All you need to do with the red is a little line. There you go. That's it. Let's show it to the viewers. Okay. That's I don't know if you can see that quite well. Right. Mine's at the top, Sharky's at the bottom. Okay. That's Sharky. See? What do you think, Sharky? Do you want to look at it? Yeah. So that shows anybody could have drawn that. Anybody. I'm gonna go that. Bye bye. Bye, Sharky. Thank you so much. He's such a big help, by the way. Best mascot ever in the world. No, that's Seattle. You do get a mascot. You will never be a Sharky. But really, that's all it is. That's all it is. Maybe what I might do, because I don't think you can see that quite clearly hanging on the video. What I might do is I'll take a photo of this. And when we release the video, I'll put this on my Twitter. It's my Twitter page. It's at George Sings 96. If you want to follow, you can see that. And I'll take and say that on the top is mine, the bottom Sharky, because I don't think that's quite clear. But it just proves the point that anybody could have made that logo. I mean, really, how's that supposed to say that's Seattle? I mean, it's an S, but that could stand for anything. Like it could even stand for the other teams in the league, like that have their name start with S. Like for example, St. Louis, or even San Jose. Yes, I know. Oh God, he's back. I know. Shock horror. That could say anything. You know, that you know that, but you know, yeah, it's just, I know, it's just dreadful. I know, honestly. Go sign your name on your version of the logo. Help people out. They see it on Twitter. But yeah, but really, it took you 2 years to come up with that. Really, is that the best you can do? Not really going to strike much in the hearts and fears of people, particularly in the Western Conference, now is it? I mean, really, it's just a complete utter bollock. It's complete. No, that's not the right word. It's just shit. It's a shitty logo. What can I say? It really is. A shark could have done better than that. Right? Although you did a very good impression, Sharky, of their version. But see how it is? It's just an S with a red line on. And they're not even going to wear any red. Well, unless they bring a third jersey out and play that in red. But I doubt it. I mean, Baker still hasn't got a third one. They've been here for nearly 3-4 years now. It's complete rubbish. How's that supposed to say Seattle? You easily could have put the Space Needle, which the most iconic thing Seattle has, and do some tentacles around it in the form of an S. That would then look better, because at least that I can say, well, that looks like Seattle. I can tell that's Kraken. But it's completely shit. And plus, it just reminds me of Harry Potter and the House Crest of Slytherin. Yeah, all you need is change that red line to a green line, and that would look like Slytherin. So yeah. So I don't think many imaginations were used in the making of that Seattle branding. Oh, let me just put the lid back on the pen. Ugh, you forgot to put a lid back on the pen. Oh well, never mind. Just put the lid back on. But seriously, unimaginative, completely dull, utter boring. And oh God, unfortunately for us, we're going to be stuck seeing that 4 times a year. But hey, what could be worse? But yeah. All in all, I really am not looking forward to Seattle arriving. Mainly because of 2 things. We're going to wrap it up now. Because I'm getting very fiery now. And plus, I want to go and sort that picture out to make it easy for you to see when we do post the video. Yeah. 2 reasons why I don't like Seattle coming. Number 1 is the Vegas factor. I just can't shake this being out of my head. We don't know. We don't have a crystal ball. I mean, God knows we need one right now, in general. But I don't have a crystal ball, so I can't show you what the 21-22 will look like. I can't show you what will come in June 22 and will Seattle Kraken hoist the Stanley Cup. I can't see that. But I can't get that out of my head because of the Vegas factor. Because they're going to have the exact same rules as Vegas and Net Bank and Draft. And they've had 3 years to prep. Okay, it doesn't look like it, but they've had 3 years to prep for their big moment to arrive. But yeah. So that's one reason. The other reason, of course, is the effect it has on the situation. I've said this plenty of times. I've said it on the podcast. I've said it on my Ideal Realignment video that I made. I've said it plenty of times. I feel the league rushed their decision on where Seattle should have gone in the division for 2022. Yes, put them with Vancouver if you want to try and take that ride with Vancouver. But can we not have a bit of variety as well? And that's what Arizona has brought. Having Arizona in the Pacific Division has brought variety for many years now, particularly as the Pacific Division, as my third Pacific Division team fans will know, it's full of cliques. You've got the Californian clique of Sharks, Kings, Ducks. You've got that Western Canadian clique of Flames, Oilers, Canucks. Now, I just feel the league rushed it because you could have kept Arizona in the Pacific Division and bring Seattle in as well. All you had to do was basically choose between Edmonton or Calgary. Preferably would be Edmonton, so I don't think they're discussing shit all the time, to go to the Central. And then that's fair, because then Winnipeg would have had an extra Canadian team in their division, but also we, the Pacific, would still have the two newbies to keep an eye on, but we would still have that flavour variety. And I just feel we're going to lose that variety when Arizona goes, because you're now stuck with three cliques. You've got Californian clique, Western Canadian clique, and then, worst of all, you've got the newbies. Vegas and Seattle, they can easily team up and be a nasty force to reckon with, but you just don't want to see. And Vegas are bad. Vegas, they are bad enough as it is. So if you put Seattle in there and they become what we fear they're going to become, it's going to cause bedlam. But hey, who knows? I mean, after all, in the build-up to 2017-18, I had a lot of excitement that the Vegas Golden Knights coming. I was really excited about it. And all it took was two highly matched regular season series and two very toxic playoff matchups for me to go hate their guts. That's all it took. So who knows? Maybe with the build up to 21-22, I'm really not looking forward to this Kraken. Then hey, who knows? Maybe when we get 21-22, the Kraken actually become okay. I mean, I'll still miss having Arizona big matchup, but who knows? They could be okay. We don't know, because we do not know. All we have is presumptions. That's all we can do. All we can do is just guess and predict. That's all we can do right now. All we can do. So who knows? Maybe Seattle will go the other way than Vegas did. Maybe Seattle will be like most expansive franchises are, us included, when they join the league. First year, yeah, they do okay, but not really something to worry about in the future. So give it, say, over 5, 7 years. They then become a force to reckon with, and from then begin to grow. That is what I hope the past Seattle takes, because that would then make them more tolerable, rather than go straight onto the Vegas part, which is to be basically obnoxious crats who we all can't stand and wish never came in the first place. Yeah. So, Seattle Kraken fans, I will wish you welcome. Sharky, you welcome and say. No, he doesn't welcome and say welcome. No, he will not. He'll do it when we first meet you in 21-22. Yeah, so Kraken fans, welcome. But for now, I'm still gonna hold reservations. Okay? Until at least the halfway point of 21-22, I'm still gonna hold my reservations on you guys, because I just still can't shake the Vegas factor out of my head. I just can't shake it up. But hey, who knows? Maybe when you arrive, it actually won't be that bad, and you might get on okay. But for now, I'm going to have to come up with brilliant pirate jokes I can come up with, and also ones I can come up with that are sustainable, unlike what you've seen today. But it's quite a charged topic because because right now I've got so much hard feelings about this. I can't shake them out, and it will only be when the Kraken becomes a reality and begins to play will my mind then begin to change. But for now, that's going to do it. It's been quite a lengthy report this today, but until the next time, and so I will leave you now.